Nada.
So we're live.
Oh, that's weird. Ah.
There it is.
Ta-da!
And there are two people watching. Do we have?
Finally.
Do we have the musics?
Yes.
All right.
Now I must go off and get some coffee. As soon as I put these on mute. And post it over in the
Okay, so we are here on Web Presence Wednesday. We did skip yesterday. Donna wasn't feeling 100%, and I was pretty beat up from work and the ride home. Hi, Facebook people. Whomever you may be. James Freeland. Hi, James. And this isn't so much a web presence thing, but this is a uh, um, a a be good at life thing. There you go. You have to be kind to yourself. If you are not feeling it, sometimes that's your body telling you, "Hey, you need to take it down a notch for a second. Just get some recovery time." If you ain't feeling right, you're not going to be 100%. And if you're not 100%, then you're not giving your best for any part of this effort. And there's a lot to be said for if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. And we will get into that phrase tomorrow. But when it comes to things that that we do, if it's a career move, if it's something that getting it right is more important, then it is best to hold off and until you can do it right or can do it the best that you can. So there's that. If you are in business for yourself and you're like, oh, I really need to shoot this video, or I really need to set up these products, sometimes it is best to just take some time for yourself rather than go gung-ho for whatever your project is. Because if you can't give your best on something like this, maybe it's time to take a step back and James says hi. He's on Facebook, so you're not going to be able to see his comments.
I'll have to go over here. Yeah. Over here.
That's it. I am going to jump off for a second because I have to go use the little bedroom. Can you just say hi and talking about self-care?
Yes. Let me first apologize for missing yesterday. I do try to hold myself to a level of accountability, but being seizure girl, and usually every so often we'll have to reformulate my medicine, and yeah, it just came in yesterday, so So, uh, sometimes I needed like a little respite, um, you know, take a break. Um, having so many projects that I'm trying to gain some ground on. Sometimes it's just, yeah, gets to you. But hi, James. I don't see the comments or anything.
You're weird. Is he saying it on
Oh, maybe it's on your
mine?
Your
Yeah, there you go.
page.
3 comments right there.
uh,
And still being a jerk.
yeah, this is so weird. I don't
Yeah.
like the way they do things now on this. Well, I always have issues.
Yeah.
And so
Well, Vinny said he will be right back. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I got some coffee, well, water for coffee going on because Harry needed the cup of coffee more than I did. Yeah, he literally just rolled out. So
Yeah, I
hardcore after work nap.
oh man. It was a rough day. There was a thunderstorm coming and the wind was beating me up. Yeah, I had also skipped last night the Barden Broad broadcast that I normally do as well. Oh, Papil. Hi, Papil. Because I was really shot. I could have easily run the Barden Broad broadcast without my lovely assistant doing all the typing. But I just was not feeling it. I was exhausted. Work's been a bit of a hassle over the last week. It was a 6-day week, and I felt like I needed the rest. So. And that's not something to be ashamed of. There's one thing for keeping up with your commitments, and there's another thing to be said for when your commitments are a little too much for you. You back the fuck off, and that's exactly what I did. I backed off. I did get Comfortable Eyes posted yesterday, and that was about the extent of the network affiliated work that I did. I mean, I did pick up my bass
that's something big in itself,
right.
Especially with the co-workers here in the office. It is a feat.
So yeah, there's a lot to be said for like self-care and being kind to yourself and all that good stuff, especially when we're considering giving our best product out to our customers, our leads, our potential conversions when it comes to being in business for oneself. One of the things that I would hope people want to get away from when they engage in business for themselves is the idea that they need to work themselves to death in order to make it, because that's really more of a employer-employee relationship mindset where the employer basically wants you to work as hard as possible for the least amount of reward possible, and that generally leads to the idea that you're going to be doing that until you die from it. You will die at your job, and that's a bleak fucking thought, just to be completely fair. Yeah, you have to be kind to yourself. Eventually, that shit will catch up with you. And when you start seeing the signs of burnout, taking a step back is nothing to be ashamed of. Let's talk about what the signs of burnout are. Quick irritability. Now, granted, for someone like me, that's a really hard one to see since I'm irritable all the time. But seriously, if you're finding yourself to be very quick to just get irritated, angry, frustrated, in a particular bad mood about everything around you, it is a sign that you are burning yourself out. If you find that you are getting stressed out by the most mildest inconveniences, then it may be time to consider taking a break, stepping back, and letting yourself relax, get out of the routine for a little bit and take care of yourself, because again, that's a telltale sign that you are being burnt out. If you find yourself sleeping a lot, and this is a sneaky one, not so much like, oh, I got 8 hours of sleep as opposed to 6 hours of sleep, but finding that your preferred state is to be horizontal instead of vertical, it's a telltale sign that you are getting burnt out, that what you're doing is bothering you psychologically, and you need to take a step back and relax a little bit. Major swings in things like appetite. There's like a whole list of things that you can. Not trying to tell you to self diagnose any type of psychological thing going on in your head, but if you notice a few of these things going on, it might be time for you to really consider that you need to take a break from what you're doing. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean take like a week off, but at least take a day, relax. Maybe reformulate a plan for the next day, and go at it from a different angle, so that you stay fresh, that you stay engaging, and you aren't standoffish. Because one thing about being burnt out is you will literally push everybody away. Any type of leads you have, any type of cooperation you would have gotten, all that stuff gets shoved away the minute you start really hitting a burnout stage, because you become an asshole, even more so than you are already, Papil. And when I say take a break, that doesn't necessarily mean go out to the pool or go out to like a fancy dinner or anything like that. Just don't do the thing you're doing.
Quiet your mind.
Even if it's if you're a musician, even if it's just like sitting there just fucking around on your instrument, or if you play video games, just going and just plugging in and fucking zoning out, escaping. Because as much as escapism is a consumerist disease, well, we'll put it that way, to quote someone like A.B. Dada, it is necessary for the human mind to sometimes just escape what you're doing. You can't 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, balls of the wall, be your business. You will lose your mind that way. It's a fact. It's a science fact.
I was burning out when I was a child, forced into doing holiday bazaar shows like craft goods and whatnot. My mother kind of like made me do a lot of paintings of barns on saw blades and hokey stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of pushed me away from wanting to do art. It kind of made me focus onto music a little bit more. And yeah, I totally get burning out.
Hi, buddy.
Sometimes it happens quite a bit. Yeah. But if you're doing something that you love, you know,
Oh, even something you love can
yeah,
burn you out.
yeah,
And that's something to really keep in mind as well. Um,
you might love doing that thing, but are you enthused to do that thing? Or is that energy?
well, it's
That's why it's important yeah, I see them. To get that, that mental vacation,
yeah.
that respite.
I mean, I can tell a story. This is a personal story. Um, I was with this woman, and it was getting to the point where I was spending so much time with her, so much time around her, that I was beginning to uh, 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 resent being around her. It's sort of like the whole high school, the whole high school. Oh, we're gonna spend every waking moment together type of thing, and it just got on my nerves to the point where I started resenting her, and when our relationship ended, I was like, listen, it's not that I don't love you, I do, but I can't do this. I am not going to wear matching clothes. I am not going to. I'm not going to wake up, think, how am I going to spend my entire day with the person I'm with, and then spend my entire night with the person I'm with? I just can't. I need me time, and there's nothing really to be ashamed about that. Some people don't want it. Some people say they don't need it. I do, and that's it. I needed time for myself, and I just wasn't getting any. And at the I I felt trapped, I guess.
It happens.
In the whole idea that I had to spend all of my waking hours as well as all of my sleeping hours with this person, and uh, it just made me start resenting her. And uh, I was like, maybe this just isn't the end of the road for us, but I can't be with you if you need to be like this, because I can't give you what you want. And we went our separate ways, and there was that. I mean, she wasn't the greatest person in the result of that, but it's for the better. I mean, how many relationships can we say are not, we're together for the kids, we're together because we've been together the whole time, and it would just be weird for us to be apart type of thing. And that's not a good foundation for a relationship. It's not a good foundation for a business. If you're in business with something that you love to do and you start feeling like you're burning out, you got to take that break. You got to step back. You got to take that long view and go, um, um, do I need to chill, or is it that I'm just not cut out for doing this, or is it that I am cut out for doing this? It's just I can't eat, sleep, breathe this 24/7, 365 days a year, and I need some time for myself, which is not something to be ashamed of. And you have to recognize the signs and start really being very self-critical. Like if you start seeing yourself go this route, nip it in the bud. Take the time for yourself. I think that's all I really got. I've pretty much repeated the uh, uh, talking points of this like twice, so I think we're pretty good there. So yeah, just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you are paying attention to the subtle hints that your body and your psyche are giving you. And if you find yourself in a position where you need to take a break, recognize and honor that what do I want to say? Uh, that message that is coming from your body or your mind. I mean, so longevity doesn't necessarily mean you're 24/7. Longevity means that you're there for a long time, and you won't be there for a long time if you burn out. You know, that's the whole uh, conundrum there. Hi, buddy. A little off-camera action.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
L. Lee.
Huh?
L. Lee.
Oh, that must be Laura Lee.
Laura Lee.
It must be.
Well, hello, Laura Lee,
Hi.
watching from the network. Thank you for the Care React. Oh, hugs. Laura Lee happens to be one of our newer business members. That's not a financial class. That's just she's got a project and we're promoting it. She's the Bone and Branch, right?
Bone and Branch.
She is
longtime friend.
Longtime friend of Donna's. I have not met her. It's Donna's
She's
friend.
a lovely lady.
And she is the proprietor or joint proprietor. I'm not sure. She's doing it with her husband, right?
Yeah, her and her husband.
Of the Bone and Branch. And they have some really cool art. It's very reminiscent of one of my friends. His mom. This is if Papil is still here. We'll find out if Papil is still here. Mac's mom, McKendry Herman from Monkey Head Games, used to have a corner of her fucking house dedicated to all sorts of Southwest skulls and all sorts of stuff like that. Like when she was out in the Southwest, she would just go and pick shit up on the fucking ground. Like, oh, look, cow skull. And take it home. Or in the case of some of the skull stuff, she actually cleaned it herself in the backyard, boiled it and buried it, let the bugs reclaim all of the meat and stuff like that. And I have like this whole corner of the living room that was dedicated to that. What do I want to say? Genre of art.
Yeah.
I guess, and it was awesome. Mac's mom is an awesome woman. She did not deserve to have a child like Mac, but we're not going to get into that. We have a basement layer, says Laura Lee.
Ooh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, you gotta do like a tour.
Yeah,
of
right.
The layer.
Yeah. I'd love to see the tour of all her work that she's been tasking away at. Yeah, she does more than just jewelry. She does everything from baking and cake making and confectionery goodies to like special effects, art. You name it, she does it. She's amazing.
I don't know if you noticed, but we have a bit of a skull problem here too. Though mine are all art. I don't have any real skulls. Or do I? I'm a big fan of skulls. I've always had a bunch. Yeah, absolutely. If you want, Laura Lee, since we have your attention, we could do a feature focus,
Yeah.
and you can go. You can jump on via your phone, and if you want, you could just do like a live tour of your lair.
Or an interview.
Well, I was thinking
That
like
too,
an interview
yeah.
would be rolled
Kind
into
of
that,
mixed into it, yeah.
and do like a live tour of your lair at the same time, and we can promote it that way. If you want, just get with Donna about what day is best for you. We try to do these things around like 5:30, just so that we have a consistent schedule of start time. And see, that could be fun, she says.
Heck yeah.
And then, yeah, just contact Donna about what day would be best, and then we can shuffle around the network schedule to put it in for a day that's better for you. Because we're finding that Fridays, for some strange reason, are not really good for most of our entrepreneurs because they have day jobs, and I understand that. I have a day job too.
And families.
Yeah, and children. They have children. I
They
don't.
have schedules.
I have cats, and they're just assholes. So yeah, definitely get in contact with Donna about what day would be best for you, and we can always do that. It's as long or as short as you would like it to be. That's one of the great things about the Feature Focus Friday. We had one that was like 28 minutes, and that was it. And then we had the one with Seth that was like three fucking hours
yeah.
long, or 2 hours long, or Jake Shannon too.
Yeah, Jake was a nice
Just gonna say,
focus there.
Hi, Steve Bauman. Yes, I have cats, and they are assholes sometimes, especially whenever the camera goes live. That's when they're like, "Oh, let's be extra spicy." Anyway, so yeah, we'd absolutely love to have you in for an interview so that we can help promote you. It also helps me build the page for the network for you, because it gives me the most amount of information right out of, as they say, the horse's mouth. Not calling you a horse, just saying that's the saying. Where the best person to speak about the business is the person who's in the business. The best person to speak about any project is the person who is directly involved in that project. And what was the other thing? Where was I going with the whole, before I got sidetracked about the cats? Damn. Yeah, runaway train.
But we can set it up any day.
Yeah, we can set it up any day and move it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Just to say, Seth was pretty open about the fact that he was high as a fucking kite during the interview.
He was.
So that's part of the reason why Seth's interview lasted so long. Because there's like,
he lost track of time.
there was like gaps where he would just stop talking and just like stare at the camera and smile and be like, "Why the hell is this illegal?"
That's a great interview.
Yeah, like Steve, absolutely. Last year was the reason why the network became a thing.
Yeah.
Because so many people were like, "Well, I have no income," and a lot of these people were my friends, people who were coworkers that through my very long career at the place where I work, that I don't mention for copyright or disciplinary backlash, because how I am is not how my company would like me to be when I'm on the clock, and I just don't want to be representing the company while I'm off the clock, sort of. But I live in Central Florida, and I'm employed by the largest employer in Central Florida, so that should give you an idea of where I work exactly. A lot of these people with my very long career with that that company, they have children and they're like, I don't know how I'm going to stay with a roof over my head. I don't know how I'm going to feed my kids, but here I'm going to try this. And they didn't have any marketing experience. They didn't have any experience pushing their own projects, and they didn't have anyone outside of their circle of friends that was really receiving their message. And I saw a need, and I said, I can do this for no cost to anybody, so I'm going to do it and try and get people as much business as possible to save them from last year. Uh, um, because if they are not homeless, if they are not going hungry, and their children are not starving, I feel I've benefited from that because I care about these people in that sense. Hi, buddy. No, I don't want to be on camera.
Just want to show my butthole.
Oh, there he goes.
Look at my butthole.
Listen, that's the only thing. Thank Kitty. So I started the network because of that, and through a turn of events, one of our members, one of the first few members that we had, is actually moving forward with her business becoming her sole source of income. And
That's really exciting.
And changing states, going back to Alabama and opening a brick and mortar bakery. I mean that's a huge step in a year, from going to farmers markets and selling a couple of jams and a few loaves of banana bread to I'm going to open a bakery in a year. And I don't know if the network had as much of an impact on that as just word of mouth, or anything like that, because I don't really have analytics that work that way. Thanks, Facebook, for showing those off. We really appreciate that.
We do.
Because Facebook used to have like a whole suite of analytics
Yeah,
that would
they
let
did.
me know everything, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way,
We're gonna change it up.
we're going to change it up." And well, what we mean by that is we're just going to take all the information away from you. And
Let you guess.
so I don't have any factual information to say that the network had
But
any positive input in that.
But we are happy to see the success of
But
the
yeah,
network member and friend.
yeah, it could have had nothing to do with us. We're still happy to see that they succeeded. And her and her husband are going to be moving to Alabama relatively soon. And then everything's going to have to be either come to the store, or there'll be stuff that I'm sure she'll still be able to ship and sell online. So, I mean, there's no point in closing down an online business, especially if it's successful. But it is after 6, and that means I need to make something to eat.
Sure.
I want to thank everybody for coming by. Laura Lee, we
Thank
definitely
you.
look forward to you coming in and doing a tour of your lair. Steve, again, whenever you want to come and showcase your project, you just hit us up. You can find me at there. That's my name. It's that first name dot that last name at gmail.com. You can hit me up on my email there. That's my Facebook as well. You can find me there. My profile picture is bass guitar, skull, and a kitty cat. Anybody else that wants to be featured on a specific episode dedicated directly to their project, you feel free to contact either myself or Donna, and we will absolutely jump on that to get you out there. We will get you on the webpage, which is off of social media, so it is something that will be on the internet forever. We will share it far, long, wide, and as annoying as possible, and try to get you as much exposure as possible so that you can,
Convert those into sales.
convert those into sales. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
All right, so we are going to get going because I need to make something to eat. I don't know what we're going to eat tonight. Well,
so many choices.
I know we're going to have chicken because I have chicken defrosted. But I don't know anything beyond that. We do have those sweet potatoes.
Yes, we do.
Chicken and sweet potatoes isn't really a good match.
No, they're
That's
not.
more for like
Yeah,
beef that we
but
have.
we do have that in the drawer.
Yeah, but that's frozen.
Oh,
Maybe
is
tomorrow.
it still? Maybe, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's frozen. All right, so
Figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Thanks everybody for coming by. We appreciate it. We are here for you. You can always reach out to us at the network MMA.wordpress.com or on Facebook at the network or on our personal profiles if you happen to know what those are. It shouldn't be too difficult because if you didn't hear me before, there's my name. You can find me pretty much everywhere. I greatly appreciate everybody
Thank
who
you,
comes by.
guys.
We do this here for you guys and enjoy this musical outro as we fade out. Bye.